Hey guys, welcome to the channel again. Today I'm installing this green board on this tub. If you've been following the project that I've been working on for a little bit, but today is the day to put this green board here and to get it all completed. So I just want to give you guys some quick rundown of what I've been using to try to cut this stuff and try to fit it all in here. I have a hammer right here. I have my screwdriver here and this hole saw that I use, a tape measure, this drywall cutter thing, a pencil, and I just got a little copper thing here to make a hole right here. And then I got this drywall cutter thing. So I have the green board drywall downstairs, and so I've been going back and forth trying to cut this. So what I did, I measured the width of that space right there, and then I cut this piece the way it is, because this is almost like an L shape right there. And then I used this hole saw to cut this hole right here for the valve. And then I just put this board on the floor and then use a hammer to make a hole here so it fits snag on the water copper right there. So if we enjoy stuff like this, I would ask you to stick around and we can do this together. I'm not a pro in this, but I can figure this out just like everybody else. So let's go. So now I already cut the hole for this copper right here. Let me put this here right quick. I have cut the hole on the drywall for this copper, for the water, and then a hole for this. And then I measured, and my drywall is gonna be sitting on top of this, the flange on the tab. Some people sometimes put it on top of this, but I've been watching some YouTube and talking to some friends that do this for a living, and they told me the best way to do it is to put it on top of this right here on the flange, and then you can use caulking down here to cover all that, so it will never leak or will never have any issues with water leaking or going down or mold or something like that. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna put this in here, and then a screw. I got some screws that I'm a recycle type of person, so I recycle some of these drywall screws, so I'm gonna use them again so I don't have to buy any extra stuff. Reusing is good, you know, instead of throwing them away and not reusing your stuff. So this saves me a ton of money, so I can use the screws that I removed here and some other places, and I save them and I use them again. So if you wanna, and I'm just using one of these containers for mixed nuts to save them. So every time I get a screw, I remove a screw from a piece of wood, throw them in here. And I got 2 of these that are full of this, so I can use them for other projects. So let me not talk too much and let's get to it. All right, so this one I measured from this wall right here to here, and then it's 48, so I just cut my drywall in half and then measured this distance right here, and then this distance measurement from the ground, from the floor to this section here. And then I had to clean up down here a little bit because it was all jagged up and stuff to make it a little smoother, so then I can know exactly where my screws are and where my drywall is going to fit. Okay, so another thing that I would recommend to you is to mark so we know where your studs are. There's one right here, and then there's one right here, then there's 2 right here, there's one right here. So that way when you come to screw this, you know exactly where your studs are. All right, so I mark them down here so I know where exactly my studs are, because once you put the drywall on, sometimes you wouldn't even know where the studs was. All right, and right there. So now I know where exactly my studs are. Just mark a pencil on the drywall. So now I need to fit this in. So now I already cut it. So all I need to do is to fit it in that space right there, and then just try to push it back. It's not gonna just go easy as always. So you're gonna get a knife, and use it to chop, you know, to slice the drywall to get it to fit. Because the drywall is never like, when you remove another drywall, it's not straight. So now I just cut that, and it looks like it's fitting. And then I'm gonna have to, you know, clean up a little bit here to get it to fit, because it's not gonna just fit smooth like that. All right, so yeah, so that's exactly how you're gonna do it, and just make sure that everything goes the way you want it to and snug. All right, so that side seems to fit pretty good, and there's just a little area here, and I'm just gonna lift that section right there. All right, so I'm gonna use this shim here, maybe a couple of, let me get a couple of those right here. You can, as long as this is not on the ground, you're good. So put that right there. I usually just put like a drywall, like 1/2 inch drywall, and that usually works perfect. So, but this should work. So it's not, you don't want to put drywall on the ground because then it might get wet and moldy. So I just need to cut a little, remove some pieces here so the drywall can fit. A little bit here. And I'm gonna have to remove some of these plastic things here so it doesn't to restrict me from pushing this drywall. This thing is stopping me. I'll put that after. Alright, so this goes right here. See, it's getting close. So a little more here. See how it fits perfect right there? Like this is all perfect right here and then over here. So another thing you could do, if you get a piece of wood and just tap it, that should be able to help it get in there. So let me show you. So you just tap it, put this piece like right here, and use a hammer. Sometimes helps. Yeah, see that? You tap it like that, it goes in. And it goes in snug. That's what you want. There you go. So that's in. Over here is snug. I'm gonna put the corner bead right there and we should be good. All right, so that's the pieces in there. So I need to cut the other piece here and then the piece for the corner here. And I did remove this here for a second so I can put this, but I can still put it back now. Put it back. Put the drywall. And it actually helps me, it helps hold that thing on. There you go. So that's in already. I can actually just put screws on this now. I don't have to wait. And now that I have these lines here, I know where my stud is. One is right here. There you go. And then I have stud right here. Before I do that, I probably need to lift that a little bit up on this corner, just to make sure it's level. Alright, just use one of these pry bar stuff, whatever they call them, to lift this side up. So it's tight right here, and then I screw it. Then I put a screw, and I put another one over here. So now it's straight. There you go. So now it's not on the ground. Yeah, if you can see. So what I was doing, I put this down here as a wedge, and then I put this down here like that to lift, to make it, to lift it so it's tight right here, and then put my screws. Easy breezy. So now I can put the rest of the screws and we should be good. And another one down here. And I intentionally put this here so when I get the bigger one piece right here, it's gonna shield this right here because this is a small and lighter piece. So when I put a bigger one right here going all the way here, then it's gonna hold this in place too. So it's perfect. All right, so I just need to get all the screws in. And I'm gonna give you another trick. So sometimes if you wanna make sure that your nails are straight, you can just use one of these straight edge thing here. So you put it down there, and then you just make a line. And you know exactly where your stat is. And then you can put this one also here. Like that. And you got a straight one like there. The screws on the edge is always easy because you can see the piece of wood. The ones in the middle sometimes can be difficult. So I could put another one. And then I can put another one like right here on the bottom. There you go. And then I can put another one right here. That's all bent. There's another one right here. I try to sink them in a little bit so it's no, so when I put mat, it's not like on the surface. You could buy actually the drywall bit that countersinks this for you, but you can use any regular screws if you just make sure that it's no stuck, it's not sticking on the surface of the drywall. All right, so that's on there. Then I need to do this other one down here. There it is, guys. The process is similar to the rest of this, so I don't know if I should record that for you guys to see. Let me know if you want me to record the rest of it so you can see how to install that, but that side is covered and it looks perfect. So when I put my, so I'm gonna be putting these tiles in here. So the tile is going to be coming down to like somewhere there. Like right there. Then I put the caulking down here to cover, like somewhere like that. All right, that's how you do it. And it will look perfect. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I don't think I need to record this. Drywall job is kind of boring, but it's gonna be the same idea, the same concept. If you enjoy stuff like this, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think and if I did something wrong. Appreciate you.